Welcome to the Salt Circle Podcast. My name is Hank. With me, he's a skeleton. It's Ben.
I am a husk of my foremost. That's, you know what? That's not even like true. I can't lie. I feel pretty good. Every time there's people between like 24 and 30 in the other server I'm in who like constantly are making jokes about like their knees and shit, or like their back or their neck or whatever. And I'm like, man, I'm chilling, honestly, for now. Someday that'll not happen, but like, I don't know. I'm just built different. I am still old though, and I like old shit.
Yes. The thing about that I think about is my grandma didn't like going to senior events because she was like, in her 90s, and she would go to those events and it would be full of people in their 60s.
Yeah. No, that's
these fucking children.
Yeah.
Acting like they're old.
Yeah. No, I'd be the same way, man. Get out of here. 60. Christ. Or you have the inverse, like anytime I would talk to my grandpa when he was in a nursing home, and he's like, there's so many old people here. Just can't deal with it. That's good stuff.
Anyway,
so this,
you have a topic for us today again.
Yeah, we got another me coming from Salt Stands Alone. This was one I actually did partially record because it was an initially, like, the first chunk of it was a response to your ancient episode now of looking into daps. And I thought it was like, I really wanted to do that response because I also did that, but it was like when I was in when I was in high school and I had the iPod and I was looking for a way to play like the fucking lossless files and all that shit. Like, I was a little wannabe audiophile or whatever. And I did get one, and it kind of sucked ass, but it did have buttons. But I just thought it was funny because I hadn't heard about DAPs in like however fucking long, like 15 years or whatever. And now the fact that like they're just expensive as shit, and also do not, like, they're all just, not all, but just there's so many that are just touchscreens running Android and are basically a juiced up phone.
Well, yeah,
thing.
I was those are like definitely no interest.
Yeah, no,
zero interest.
No point.
The thing I ended up doing on that, I bought some nicer but cheap, like higher quality but cheap earbuds. That's basically all I did. I just still use my phone.
Hell yeah. But see, that did over, not like, I bumped back and forth, like getting my original fucking fat, I guess not original Gen 1 iPod, but like my iPod Classic filled with music, because it is nice to use, it's nice to just have a thing, and it still fucking works, and it's fine. And then this...
my old one is janky enough that like I did bust it out, but I'm not like relying on that thing.
Go through the whole rigmarole of turning it into like a 3 terabyte 60-day battery life custom flash thing. I see that stuff, and it's always like a little bit tempting, but at the same time, I'm like, I just don't want to do the effort, honestly. But
well, I just don't trust the circuit board in there.
Yeah, sure.
Like, this thing has seen a lot of use. It's old.
Yeah, dude.
Like, I don't know.
I'm surprised because
sticking a hard drive in my PS2.
Hell yeah.
Now we're talking.
No, I'm surprised mine still works as well as it does, and I even did like, there's apparently a little thing you can do to like go into the equivalent of like BIOS mode in it, and you can check like the disk health, And it's at like mine has a few little things because like lower numbers are better, and mine has like I don't know what it was, like low teens or something. So like there's like a little bit of like it's kind of starting to fail, but not in a way that really matters. But like it's not uncommon at this point. Like it's fucking however many years old. Like there's a non-zero chance it would just
Oh
be
yeah.
completely gone.
I think the other thing is like I looked into all the custom software for old iPods, and none of it was as good, seemed as good to me as the iPod software. Like they all had limitations of shit that like didn't work anymore, that would break.
Yeah.
That was like, this isn't what I want
I do
either.
I do wish there was just like a Apple like a iOS or whatever iPod OS Plus or something, like just keeping it to the original but making it compatible with like the shit you put in it. But yeah, I think if my iPod dies, I'm not gonna like do any. I would like sell it to somebody who wants like the original casing or some shit. But that, and then I mean me spending however many months just like thinking about Magic nearly 24/7 and kind of working out how I feel about old cards. And then that like shifted to games and music, and I'm like, I guess I know for music, there was literally just a thing put out, and I knew this was a concept for however many years, but Spotify now has like all their data that they get constantly from people, and like Spotify put out
Yeah.
a thing talking about how like people kind of stop listening to new music in their 30s, early 30s on average. Not that it's everybody, but like there's just that's like roughly the point where you're just kind of locked in, I guess, or a lot of people are. And I do like that's kind of true. Like because one of the things when I was looking at the iPod, I have the chunky model that's like 160 or 180 gigabytes or whatever it is. And I was like, well, I can't fit I have like 400 gigabytes of music. I can't fit all that on on here. And I don't need to, but like I kind of want to. I want to have everything on it. And so I started trimming and I started culling and I started deleting, and I was just like looking through all this stuff. I'm like, it was just a combination of stuff that I haven't listened to in like 16 years, maybe more. That like I was for absolutely no reason just the most angsty little fucking high schooler of all time. I was just listening to black metal all the time, and I just can't like that does nothing for me anymore. It just is way too harsh. Give me the Ursa Yatsura opening. Like I'm just
Hell yeah.
completely different fucking place in my life, and have been for like a
Yeah.
long time. So, but like that was still
But that's kind of like new music to you.
it's new. Yeah. No, there's definitely like stuff that gets added on, but I also realized I had been for like some years I've been going and like I'll find new music and I'll listen to new stuff and I'll grab it. And so I was kind of it was also sort of like a little test for like what stuff am I actually listening to? Cuz there's some of that new stuff that I go back to like frequently now. It's part of the my little cycle. But there's stuff that I'm like, I don't even remember who you are. What are you? And I listen and it's good, but I'm like, am I actually gonna fucking listen to this? And the answer is usually no. So like, I just removed a lot of that stuff. Not that I'm against new. This is the old and old shit. That's just like, I don't know. I'm just like I do kind of feel a little locked in on like stuff. I'm like I just have my little catalog and that's what I'm about. Not fully, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I'm not fucking rejecting new music like it's the plague. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to new music, but I'm not spending a lot of time looking for through music I don't like for music I could like
Yeah.
that much.
And I
Like if I'm looking for music, I'm like going for shit I haven't listened to in a while, or looking at artists I remember but maybe I didn't listen to all their stuff, and pulling out some more deeper cuts or whatever. Like the exploration's different. It's based on a knowledge of I like or whatever. Or like I hear an anime theme and I'm like, that's fire.
I was gonna say the anime theme. I mean, or you listen to the '90s Iron Man intro and you're like, wow,
Yeah.
I need more of this. But yeah, no, anime themes or show themes are, or even like insert songs, right? Like that's just it's like
Yeah.
a slightly different thing for me, or how because like you're finding
But-
it in
and-
such a different way, right?
Yeah. And I'm like kind of obsessive about this thing where it's like if I find a new song that I like, I will listen to it in a row at a ridiculous number of times so that it becomes like a part of my brain of songs I know to the like at the level of other shit I like.
Yeah.
But like that, I have to really fucking like something to do that, right?
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, that's like huge. And I think I was sort of for me I was sort of shooting myself in the foot cuz I generally will I listen to albums usually. Obviously I go and fucking listen to songs and stuff, but like if I'm doing things, I will like I'll put on I'm much more inclined to put on albums than I am to like shuffle. Though I do Spotify did kind of turn me on to the idea of like shuffling and stuff more. But I noticed that after deleting a huge swath of my music, I turned on shuffle mode, and it's like, wow, every song is a hit. It's fucking wild how that works. You
Hell
just
yeah.
leave the good stuff, and then it's just bop after bop. That's insane.
Yeah. I don't ever I have no luck with algorithms choosing my music for me. Like
Oh,
occasionally
no.
an algorithm will like suggest a thing that it's like, "Oh, okay, this is cool." But like whenever I get a YouTube playlist of music, it's basically good until it suggests a thing that I isn't like a video I've watched in the last 2 years or whatever. Like
Yeah.
as soon as it goes to that step, I'm like, I'm out, done, get out of here.
Yeah. No, I haven't. I
So I just
don't.
end up listening to the same stuff a lot,
I do not.
like to a greater extent than I would if there were I had a better way of serving it to myself, I guess,
Yeah.
of stuff I liked, which I just don't.
No, this is. I don't. I've never used the algorithm. There's so few music that I've found from the algorithm suggesting anything. And on Spotify, when I've done Spotify, it's usually just like I find a specific playlist and then I shuffle that. Like, and that's also just kind of stuff I know, but I'd want to play on like a speaker in the kitchen, and my computer wasn't on or something. Cause like, I'll go like I'm clicking on like yacht rock or something or like 80s hits. It's nothing. I'm not like out here trying to find stuff.
Yeah.
Or like YouTube. Like the way I find music through YouTube is like there are some channels that like do new releases in genres, right? So like I'll just like poke at whatever thing sounds or looks interesting. Or like sometimes this one channel does like they'll do like mixes of new songs or whatever, and I'll like check that out. Because I know it's not at the worst case scenarios. I just listen to it. And I'm like, yeah, this is fine, and then I never listen to it ever again in my life. As opposed to it being like absolute dog shit. And that's been a thing I've been trying to convey to Anya's brother a little bit. Because I mean he's young, right? He's just he loves the idea of Spotify because he just wants like his music tastes are developing and that sort of thing, and like the algorithm is right there and it like introduces him to new stuff, and then sometimes he likes that stuff and it's really cool, so he like wants that. And I'm like, that's fine, but there's also something to be said about like knowing how to find more of the stuff you like and looking up like, oh, you like this band, you could find like related stuff and all that, because sometimes the algorithm is shit.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, I find the algorithm is always shit. Like I've never got to a point where I thought it was any good at all, even a little bit for me.
Yeah.
Like I used to try and because I used to use there had an era where I was using like Pandora, which was just random songs.
Yeah. No, my
I
mom
would
still
just,
uses
like-
Pandora. I don't get it. I don't
I
get.
would just like skip fucking as much like so like most of it until it was like one of the number of songs that it would
Yeah.
ever serve me that I liked.
Hell yeah.
And eventually I'm like, I'm fucking done with this. Because even the songs on here that like I won't skip sometimes, now I've listened to them too many times and they're not actually peak for me, so what am I doing?
Mm. Yeah, no,
Skip everything.
yeah, that's it, right? Like if you're skipping
Yeah.
most of the stuff, if you shuffle up something and then you're skipping most of it, like probably worth redoing how you do
The
this.
best system is building a playlist and then forgetting about it and then going back to an old playlist.
Hell yeah.
The problem is I've lost all my old playlists through computer stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have them anymore.
No, I wish because when I eventually I stopped using my iPod for how many years, and my mom started like I just reset it or whatever for my mom to use, and she would use that like while she was like cooking or cleaning or outside doing whatever, walking,
Uh,
like for however many years, and then she eventually like moved to her phone and Pandora, so she hasn't used it in how many years, so I took it back. But if I had never given it to her and reset it, like all my shit would still, my playlist would be there, man. But they're not.
I mean, that was one of the that was one of the things that killed going back to my iPod was I tried to boot it up and it was just like broken and I had to wipe it and reset it.
Yeah,
So I like lost all the playlists that were on there. That saps me of the
yeah,
interest really.
that's fucking brutal.
Yeah.
I also wish I had. I did make back in the day when I was on iTunes and stuff like much more limited music, but I would do like I would burn CDs for myself. Like I would do like just mixtapes. I just to listen to,
Hmm.
just plop them in stereo and let it ride. I those are all
Hell yeah.
fucking gone.
Yep. Entropy.
Yeah,
It's fucked up.
entropy and deep house cleanings. Where you think I don't need this anymore. And it's a lie. You're telling yourself a lie. You'll want it later.
Just never clean anything. That's better, right?
Yeah. I mean that is sort of a fucking I exist there's like two forces tugging on me, and one of them is my desire to have like minimal possessions and
Yeah.
like not have clutter and not have too much shit, because like I don't really like being too consumerist. I not that you should get rid of everything that you're not using all the time and whatever, but the other part that's tugging on me is like I should own every Soul Calibur fight stick. It's really difficult being between them, man.
Yeah, those are the opposite of
Yeah,
each other.
yeah. It's I wish one would win out already so I could just live my life. But you know, it's
All
really
right,
just
time to get all the fight sticks.
well the thing is there's not that many, right? It's like when like when you turn me on to the idea that Star Wars Legends is a finite proper series of properties now.
Uh
There's only
huh.
so many Soul Calibur fight sticks. Like that's feasible. That's a feasible collection to have.
It's true. It's a different. Once you get off the things that are currently coming out or train and embrace the. What about this niche that's a finished thing?
Yeah, man.
It's limited.
Well,
There's gonna
and
not gonna be more.
so that that just makes me think of someone was trying to get me to watch Chainsaw Man, and they
Uh huh.
like their pitch was absolutely fucking abhorrent. Like there was their way of convincing me or trying to was like you'll watch 3 episodes and you'll be hooked and the season will fly by, and I'm like that's not a pitch for, and that's like what. They're like, no, it's good. You'll like it. I'm like, so it's good slop. I don't watch good slop.
I mean, I have a better pitch. Read the manga. The manga's good.
Well,
I haven't
that's what
read
I
a
told
lot of
him.
it,
I'm
but
like,
the manga's good.
I told him, I'm like, I'd be way more inclined to read the manga. And then
Yeah.
I also was like, I did check out because I want to be able to like see her like taking in a bit of it, so then I can at least like point to things. And I
Uh-huh.
got to the part in the first episode or whatever where like he explodes into a chainsaw demon and whatnot. And I'm like,
Yeah, I
that's
think the CG in that show's ass.
yeah, it's like a little rough, but mostly I was like looking at it and I took a little screenshot and I sent it. And I'm like, see, this is the problem is this is what this is. And this is what I'm like if I was going to watch an anime right now, this is what I'm thinking about. And it's like old school round my half. I'm like they're
Uh-huh.
very different things and like I'm just not going to enjoy this right now cuz my brain isn't there. Also, it's new
Yeah.
and that's like is Chainsaw Man even finished?
I don't think so.
Yeah, so like meh. It's just also like I mean this person he wouldn't have known, but like I had so much shit to that I'd rather take in. Like let's see what's in my little download folder that I did have to cull some of for space reasons. Videos. I wanted to watch the original Anne of Green Gables anime. I need to finish Azumanga Daioh. We're doing Batman, Dragon Ball Z. I don't even remember what this is, but I have it downloaded, so it must be good. Karashi Kanojo no Jiju. I wanted to do
No
Kimagura
idea.
Orange Road. I wanted to watch Magic Knight Ray Earth because that fucking rules. Megalobox. Ranma half. I wanted to rewatch Utena, which is probably better than anything that I'm looking to do right now. Admittedly. We got Sailor Moon to go through. I downloaded Slayers. I have the Tenchi
Hell
Muyo
yeah.
collection. I wanted to do You're Under Arrest. And then the greatest anime of all time, I want to watch Xena Warrior Princess. That just happens to be the only non-anime thing in my videos folder right now.
That's very funny.
But like, there's just there's like so much old shit to do, and that's not even like a rejection of new so much as it is a rejection of ongoing. And also I don't even know how long ago that was now. A couple years back where I was like I would see like an odd screenshot or clip from an anime and I'd be like this is kind of interesting or cute, or I'd be like what's it from, or it'd just be outright horny and I'd be like what's it from, and people would give the name and I would be like oh this was like the anime of the summer like however many years ago, and
Uh-huh.
I would read the manga first to see, and I'd read the manga and I would have a great time, and I'd check out the anime and it would be dog shit. And I'd be like, okay, I guess I'll just read it. So I don't know. With old stuff, it's just all there, man. You could read it all, you could watch it all
It's true.
until it turns out to be a Rumiko Takahashi property, in which case it's getting a new version, and then you have to watch 200 episodes of the old thing before you can do the new thing because you have to do it that way, and any other way is unacceptable.
Yeah. You just have to not be neurotic about it.
Look, man, I'm glad
I know it's hard.
no
It's a challenge.
no fucking regrets, because if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have done it ever.
That's fair.
Like that's you can't now they
Yeah.
can both exist for me, but I think if I had watched newer Seiyatsu first, I think old one would be a little bit. I don't know that I would have made it even like a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch most of it,
Yeah.
and I watched some of it, and it's fucking great
Mm-hmm.
when it wasn't being filler.
When it wasn't being
filler, which is what I
Filler,
watched.
I wasn't being fucking. Can't even remember the guy's name now. Glasses
Megan A.
boy. Yeah. Just Megan A. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. And I'm just thinking about the episode with Ten's mom that I watched. Like, this is
Yeah,
so
no, some of
fucking
it's
good.
some of it's fucking peak, for sure.
Yeah.
But and like there's still newer stuff that catches me. The problem is it's just all fucking ongoing. And then the most recent one is I told you about this. It was the Ita Den Deity's Dream of Peace, or Know Only Peace.
Mm-hmm.
Super cool premise. I thought what got me on it was the anime looked really, I think just visually, like it had a cool color palette stuff and like the style was okay. And a good concept. And then the anime ends on like the most dog shit by the manga spot of all goddamn time. Like easily the most egregious case since I had watched Berserk. And then read the manga. Turns out the thing it ends on is just like an absolute fucking bait and switch. They didn't even do the thing. They like actively fucked with where lines are said so that you think it's bad, but actually like nobody cares and it's fine. And I'm like, that's such a fucking shit thing to do, but fine. I got the manga.
Yeah.
And the manga was going pretty good. And then it gets to a certain point and I'm like, they said there's only going to be this much left and there's one more volume coming out. I'm starting to worry that this is going to not be resolved well. And then the last volume came out and it was complete and total ass.
Hell yeah.
And so I don't know, man. I was so disappointed.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a big part of the appeal of doing an ongoing thing is talking about it with people who are also consuming it at the time. Like the zeitgeist wave
Oh, sure.
is the big thing. So one of the appeals about doing this podcast is we can just do an old thing and talk about it, and I get like everything that I crave from the experience
Yeah, man.
of being able to yap about the thing.
Yeah, no, it's huge.
Yeah.
And also the fact that we get to yap and then
Join a book club.
oh, dude,
Or whatever I can find.
I've been fucking trying.
Like just going through something and having someone to talk about it with is that's really a good experience. And the easiest way for people to do that in the world is generally with stuff that's ongoing or whatever.
Yeah.
The water cooler show
Hell yeah.
thing.
I mean, that was like our early fucking episode about Game of Thrones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like just that shit's powerful.
Yeah. Like I want to watch Attack Number 1, the 60s volleyball thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to find anyone to talk about that unless I get you to watch it.
What do you mean get me to watch it? You don't it's such an easy sell.
I just wish the manga were translated. I would fucking do the manga in a heartbeat if it were all translated.
Yeah. Yeah. No, cuz I mean that's yeah. Maybe someday.
I got Ultraman to watch.
That's also true.
But I'm also
There's
not
Ultraman
doing.
to watch. No,
Do I have any plans of doing Ultraman soon? No. But
I'm still trying to.
One
There's
day.
someone I've been hounding for years now to watch Shin Ultraman, and he's like he's fine with the idea, but he just never ends up watching it. And then later when I like every single time there's enough time between these interactions where he's like, do I have to watch any other Ultraman to like will it make it better? I'm like, no. I have tried
if you watch Ultra Q.
No, I've tried explaining that, but then he thinks he needs to watch Ultra Q, and I'm like, you shouldn't watch Ultra Q. You've misunderstood.
Yeah,
Don't watch
yeah.
Ultra Q.
Yeah.
Well, because
Or deep cut references. So if you've done that, there's a payoff to it. But it's like,
honest to
2
God, I
minutes.
think the payoff isn't even having watched it. I think the payoff is watching it without knowing. That was the payoff. Was
Yeah. That was the thing.
like if you know that there's
That
gonna
was
be
the key.
yeah, if you know there's gonna be those references, they're like really they're okay. That's fine. They're just weak references or whatever. Like they
Yeah, no,
toss
it's
in a
not.
couple.
Yeah, if you go in with like the expectation of like getting a payoff, like then it's dog shit. Like,
Oh yeah,
I went through all that for this.
yeah. No, it's
But when you go through all
actually-
that and you're like, well, I did that, and then you get the fucking juice. You're like, oh, that
it's
is that is an interesting phenomenon.
yeah. No, it was insane. It's like I've never reached that high before and might never again.
Because you can't. It's explicitly. It can't be fully intentional.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's the fact that we just went through a thing that was like kind of ass after a while and was like a slog. And then got like the world's most mediocre payoff that felt absolutely insane. And you can't force that.
It's not the worst payoff.
It's not the worst, but
very
it's just like
slight.
super for
It's
what
like
it actually
very
is.
faithful and fun, but it's slight.
Yeah, yeah. But like it's not worth going through all of Ultra Q, you know? Like it's not
No,
a proportional reward. I mean, for
you're
us
doing-
specifically,
if you're
it
doing
maybe
the
is, but
Yeah, we got good podcasts.
it was
got
yeah. It's
good.
also because we're like going and specifically talking and like recording about it and like just the
Yeah,
insanity of getting to
yapping
do
about
that.
it. I've gotten so much use out of "I saw a bird" in my life since doing
Hell
that.
yeah.
Just the
Hell
phrase "I
yeah.
saw a bird." Do I really remember what that episode was? No,
No.
but the idea of "I saw a bird."
Yeah. No, that show lives very in a very weird, gray, murky space in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like snapshots of a fever dream.
Totally.
But I think there's a little bit like I'm thinking about the newer stuff that I would gravitate toward. And it's usually, I mean, there's things like movies, right? Like Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider. Like that's like a different space cuz that's just that's like a movie. It's just there.
Yeah.
But I think for shows specifically, there's a big element. If it's like Godzilla Singular Point is one of those things where it's like it's a new entry in an established IP that I just really like. So like I'm going to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that did have the thing of doing like me and you getting to watch it and talk about it and like discuss it by the episode and all that, which was really nice.
Yeah.
But so much stuff is like there's a lot of stuff that comes out and it just feels like, especially for me since watching Dragon Ball now, I'm like, this is just worse Dragon Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh yeah, there's no shonen thing that's gonna be
sure, but there's other
good
stuff
as
where I'm like, this is just worse this, or this is just worse that.
Sure.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
there's stuff, and I think that stuff is popular for a reason, right? Because like people just like that stuff and they want more of it. And that's totally fine. I'm not actually trying to dump on this stuff necessarily, but like,
yeah.
Demon Slayer fucking hooked me in those the first 14 episodes. Honest to God, I was so locked in. I was like, this is why people like it. Holy shit. It's just like these same shonen tropes, but like it's actually just insanely well done and blah, blah, blah. And then like it rolls over and it turned into dog shit for me. Completely lost the thread. And then I didn't. I mean, then I got it. I'm like, oh, anime fans like it. I don't watch anime. I'm out. By anime in this case, I mean dude would not fucking stop hounding this guy's sister. Like just would not fucking stop. in a way that would be like tolerable for something made in like 1980. And just I don't fucking understand in 2016 or whatever the hell year that anime came out. Not even that it was like egregiously like sexual, but just like fucking annoying, and that dude needed to die. Like there was so many people, like that guy should have just been beheaded after like the 5th time. Whatever. But then there's like the new stuff that I do kind of like is the stuff that doesn't feel. I mean, maybe it's like relying on whatever foundational tropes, but like this stuff is like Delicious in Dungeon is like they're fucking eating the monsters. Like let's fucking go, okay? Like that's fucking incredible. Also, the fact that your main character like it just has the good. They fully commit to that in a way that is impressive because of how well it's, like I've said before, when they expand that plot and take it into the wider storyline, it's so many new anime lose the thread. So many old anime and manga probably do as well. Those just aren't the ones that like survive to get to me. But the fact that they like wrap it all around and they keep the fucking bit of eating and eating well as like the main thing that drives everything, it's actually insane. Like it's a shining example. Yeah.
Still waiting on season 2 of that anime.
I also think I think about a lot about what you said while we were watching, where you like, I can't tell my mom that I like this. Because of all the people just eating stuff, like random shit all the time or whatever.
Yeah.
It's so funny. Oh. Look, man, I get it. As a parent, when my kid throws food on the floor, look, you're just trying to fuel them up. And then they don't. And then
I don't throw food on the floor. I just sit there and won't eat it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think at this point, doing that would be like incredible for me because then I wouldn't have to pick it up.
Hell yeah.
Like that would be like a straight direct upgrade, as opposed to like I'm bored and food and toys are synonyms, and I'm just gonna dump this plate out, dump this plate of spaghetti out, and like go nuts. But not like she doesn't even get messy; she just hucks it, so like the wall gets messy or whatever. Yeah. No, you make a very good point about being able to go through old shit together and treat it as ongoing, more or less. That's huge.
Yeah. It's also just like, taking advantage of the era we live in, of where this stuff is available in a way that
see,
shit wasn't available to me. Earlier in life.
I was talking to
when I was a kid.
I was talking to Anya about this like general concept, right? Because I was like just going through. I'm like, man, I don't know, dude. Like, I just kind of like, older music in heavy quotes because it's not exclusive and the music isn't like, at this point it's old, but it's not. It's not like old. Like, I'm not sitting here exclusively listening to like the Beatles and Queen, and anything else is dog shit. But generally it trends slightly older. I like older movies. I think on average a little bit more, but then you have your insane highs of Shin Ultraman and whatnot. I like older Magic cards more. I'm like, I don't know. Is this a thing that happens, or am I just this way and I'm just sort of like leaning more into it and realizing it and just kind of like being chill? And Ani was like, I don't know. It sounds like you're trying to be like a little special snowflake. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, what do you do if you just feel that way? She's like, I don't know, turn it off. It's just, come on, man. Just decimating me for no reason on like a Thursday night, just having tea.
Just turn it off.
Just stop it. Just stop it. Just like new stuff. No, she just approaches media and anything like that in an entirely different way that is completely alien to me. So talking about that stuff with her is always really interesting, but also there's like zero overlap. But
Yeah.
and I think it is an availability thing. Even like thinking about Magic, right? Like that's a huge one where I go back and forth and like have had to get in touch with how I actually think, and then it's like, is this how it is, and whatever. But it's also an availability thing. That picture changes completely if old cards are just like not feasibly attained. Like if there was a lack of supply to the extent where like every old card was an insane amount of money, even the dog shit. Like,
Yeah.
I'd maybe look at
No,
it
like
as like a thing
the
I like more, but I'm not going to be locking in on it because it's not attainable.
yeah. The big thing that turned you is like old cards are great and they're fucking the ones that are bad are dirt cheap.
Yeah, man.
But they're pretty.
Yeah. No, you can get absolutely gorgeous dog shit for cents on the dollar. And just, I mean, I guess it's a big thing that like EDH is where my brain, EDH and like sealed are where my brain lives at. Even like sealed as in like, I mean limited, but also like casual sealed shit like I've described about like doing with you and Kayed and trying to do like our own little kitchen table sealed thing or something. But like in theory, all cards are compatible. I can do my thing where I only play cards before M15 and then I can sit down at an EDH game and like my deck is legal. It might be worse, but like it's fine. Or like for a sealed league, if you start that up and you're just like getting whatever cards you're getting, maybe at some point you and the boys juice out for like a pack of fucking whatever from back in the day. As like a little treat or something. Nothing's stopping you. And you can still find them. Or you simulate it. Rather, I actually do like your idea of simulating a pack and then buying the singles. Because that would be way cheaper on average.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to do the actual old sets that I care about,
I complimented it at the moment. I probably didn't give it enough credit. That's like such a fucking good idea though that I just had never thought of. Now I want to do it more. You made it more enticing. I didn't know that was possible.
Hell yeah.
I thought we topped out. Yeah, just the availability and like the fact that there's still places to. I don't even know if I would need places to use the cards necessarily, but like, yeah, the fact that they're there and accessible, just huge. And there's maybe
my connection to cards is more tied into actually playing with them.
Yeah.
So there's like the which is always what the extent to which I drift away from collecting cards is always in that, in which like what am I actually playing? That's why I'm like more in on Arena, even though it's like a terrible way to collect cards, honestly, because it's a black void. But I'm like actively playing so much more Magic because of it. That it's
totally.
like, that's where I am.
And I mean, my
because that's ultimately what I care. What I care about is the in the playing.
yeah. Well, and my big thing for playing that I like had to realize I actually double I had to have like a realization on top of the realization because I was like I think I actually just like limited is what I like for playing stuff like between
But
doing
not powered cube.
that was a fucking hilarious thing in hindsight. Like I was so fucking miserable. And it's literally just because like I did not understand that this it is technically limited, but like it's just not the same at all in any like aside from slight similarities in how you're assembling your deck. This is a different thing that I don't like. I
No,
actually
it
just
is limited. It's just better limited.
that's subjective. I didn't like in my
Do
head
you
I
want me to
was
give you my pitch for how to think about it
sure. I think I already know
that
how
I
to think
teased a
about it, but
million years ago?
yeah.
Um, it's like a fighting game. You just have to learn how to the like some principles in terms of like how to do a shoryuken and a hadoken, like what is actually possible in terms of the archetypes and what draft decks, because it's not as linear about color pairs as like modern draft sets. And once you learn the basics, then you get to have fun. But there are like principles in knowing the card pool that you just need. But once you do that, it's
See,
it's so fun.
I think that's
And
you.
there you can be very extremely flexible within it once you understand the like mechanical stuff about what's possible within archetypes.
Do we got a list, right? Arena. I want to make a reference. I just want to make sure that it's an accurate reference. Because if you're not doing an accurate reference, what's the point? Um, Teferi was in it, right?
I think so. I don't remember.
Pretty sure there was Teferi.
Yeah.
That should for me that should have been my sign that I shouldn't be doing this. As like an easy pick. Uh, there's you're not wrong. Like you need to know the basics and you need to know what's possible in the card pool and archetypes and all that. That's way more important, I think, in this especially because of all the shit you can do. I
Mhm.
just like as soon as I got into matches and people were immediately doing like the most fucked up shit. Like I just don't enjoy like from a limited environment. That's not what I want. Actually, I don't want to be playing high powered Magic even in a limited form necessarily. And I think that
Mhm.
I don't know if it'd be better or worse. In my head, I feel like it'd be better if you were playing against people who were in your pool, because then you're just seeing like, okay, I saw all these archetypes that my pool didn't support. I didn't see shit for this. And obviously, there's stuff like if there was one Black Lotus going around and you meet one person who does a Black Lotus, like, okay, they could have gotten it and you didn't see it, and that's fine. But like, I don't know. I this coming off of that, and then I played some more limited on Arena, and it was fine. I had an okay time, but I also think there's some like I think just playing with people is very important, and I that sort of made me realize I kind of took
Sure.
for granted having not only an LGS that I went to for years, but like a large group of regulars at that LGS who I pretty much all was friendly or friends with, like
Yeah.
from playing there. Like I took that for granted, and that's a huge part.
Sure. But I also mean the part of like fighting games where it's like you're trying to master a thing and like working on it and getting better, like the like grinding on ladder thing
Oh yeah,
is like because p- powered cube is not like a super chain. It's not like a new set every time or whatever. Like it's the good cards in Magic, right?
Yeah, I
Like,
don't. The thing is, I don't want to play with the good cards.
yeah,
I need the trash cube, man. That's really what it is.
uh, sure.
But I get it, and it's really just me misunderstanding the thing.
Mm.
But you live and learn, and that's a very good analogy for it.
Yeah. I think that is a fundamental difference in what we want from Magic, though. I like playing with the good cards, and you don't like playing with the good cards. I think that would be
Yeah, or at least don't like playing with the. I don't like playing with the good cards in a way where they're actually very good. Like any of the broken ban shit from Commander, my deck would be fine because I don't build to abuse, and I take a
Mhm.
card that fits or whatever, but I'm not gonna like warp around it necessarily. Whereas like some people can't be.
Whereas I like finding a card that then I warp my deck around.
Yeah, some people can't be trusted with like Flash or
Yeah,
Lutris.
I can't be trusted.
Yeah.
This is like you're gonna be fine with playing those good cards. I cannot be trusted.
Yeah. What a fucking thing that would be like. Yeah, our play group has some interesting rule zero rules. Everyone's allowed to use anything they want except Hank. He has to adhere to the ban list.
I just need the constriction, or I will fucking go down the dark path.
Which is
It's just
very
what
funny.
it's what I. It's not necessarily how I want to play a multi. It's not how I want to play a multi game, but it's how I will deck build for sure.
Yeah.
It's
No,
how I like deck building.
there's another guy one of the guys I've been talking a lot of Magic with in the fighting game server. Like he's the exact same way pretty much. He's like, I have so many EDH or CDH and high powered decks, and the idea of building something, I want to build lower powered decks so I can play with more people. On the other hand, that makes me miserable. Like he has to fucking force himself to do it. And it's not like the playing. I think the playing those decks is fine, but like the building of them is just ugh for him.
Yeah, and I had a period where I was building trying to build like starter level decks for people to play when I was like building out like EDH for every color pair or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Um, and I'd rather spend my time elsewhere. It's not the thing I want to do anymore. I don't feel driven to do it anymore,
Yeah.
and I felt the way I did, and it was definitely a thing about you have to feel driven to do it, kind of thing.
Oh, totally.
I'd rather draft Power Cube, or whatever.
See,
Or really, what I love to do is backseat on Power. See, because like the other thing is like a big part of my experience with Power Cubed is in the Gladiator Discord, backseating other people drafting it
hell yeah.
and experiencing that shit with people and watching them. Like, I wouldn't maybe splash into black here, and then they take the Baraglyph, and you're like, okay, we're rolling. Hell yeah!
Nice.
You get to be hype man. You get to encourage people to make good decisions. You get to encourage people to make bad decisions. Like
No,
there is a community aspect to it that I've gotten involved in. That does bring in the like doing it with people stuff.
the times we've done backseat drafts or whatever or sealed stuff like that's
Yeah,
always super. I still remember having those like 5 or 6 horses or whatever it was and just going nuts on people. That was fucking
yeah,
super fun. Like I guess we're just in on horses now, and it worked.
yeah. Uh huh.
Hooray! Yeah, no, the community aspect and the friend aspect of stuff is huge. Like
Yeah.
anytime I keep like loose stuff in the back of my head for like EDH specifically, like I don't really
Mm-hmm.
plan on playing with randos generally. I do want to like I'm not even when I ask about like my decks or like how is this, what bracket would you say, or like thinking about stuff. I'm not even necessarily going to change it. Like people can look
Mm-hmm.
at it and be like, there's kind of some stacks and some like you have a lot of wipes. It could get really like grindy or whatever. I'm not gonna fucking take that out for randos. I just want to, I just want it prepared so I could present it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so like whenever I see shit and it's just people having a problem and they just exclusively play with randoms all the time, or they only play on, even worse, they're not even playing it like with people at an LGS that they don't know, they're playing like on spell table. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, okay, you're like having the doing this in the worst way possible. Like thank fuck we have a play group for EDH. But like having that for
Yeah.
anything is going to just like make it so much nicer and also probably easier in ways.
Yeah, it's a whole different thing. But it doesn't playing for a play group is different than like the
Community
yeah,
that you're maybe
or the
not
like
like
one-on-one
friends.
striving to be better grind that
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do like to have a thing that I'm doing, and Magic is currently the thing for that for me.
But would it not for
With all these formats I'm playing,
for
like
the
of like having a like like tournament Magic where it's like I'm showing up for an event and there's like there aren't stakes, like it's not like there are prizes or anything
bragging rights?
generally, but there's like just that like fun level of like actually winning. You have like you're tracking your record or whatever.
Hmm.
You're not just like, I don't know, you're not just out here to have just gaming. I don't know.
No, I get it. But like wouldn't it also like imagine if in our play group like we were all that way and then like you're doing both of those things, right? Like you're all trying to fucking beat the shit out of each other and come out on top for even for a bigger tournament. Like if we were all in the gladiator or whatever, we would all then be participating in that tournament. But like then in
Yeah.
our times we could just be like trying to improve decks and improve play, do all that shit. Like that I think like that's also a fun play group dynamic.
It would be. I don't think I've ever had that with friends. Is what I will say.
I almost had it.
I've never, because I've just never been in a situation where I was like really like comp- doing the competitive grind thing with a buddy. Like
Yeah.
that, I've just never had that.
I
Like the closest thing is I've been in this gladiator Discord for enough time now that like there are people in there that I've been doing this with, like, you know,
yeah.
not really knowing who they are, but like having played with them enough that it's like getting close to that.
Yeah, totally. No, my there was a period where I was kind of thinking about getting into modern, especially after I discovered that like modern slivers were like fringe playable. And I was there was a chunk of time where like I had proxied out slivers deck, and like me and my friend who got super into modern, we were just beating each other's faces. Like I was just running this sliver deck constantly and like trying to make little changes to it and stuff. I never got to the point where I like actually bought it in paper. And then,
Mm-hmm.
that only lasted for so long until he got out of the game, and then I ended up selling out. But like it was like the urge was kind of there. The primordial my primordial urge to make slivers work in any format that I play.
Uh huh.
That's why Gladiator is call me when slivers are online.
Yeah, slivers are not it.
They never are. To be clear, they never are, and I know they never are.
Yeah, the problem is humans exist.
Yeah,
They started giving like all the typal stuff to other creature
Well,
types other than slivers, and now
well,
it's really hard to have slivers.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's why like the slivers and Eldrazi being like the big baddies of the EDH world is fucking laughable because if someone has 2 humans on the board, that's arguably scarier.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on what decade those humans are from, I guess. And if the card of the human says townsfolk instead of human, that's a big indicator. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also kind of, I mean, shocking we digressed into Magic talking about old stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
we never really touched on the other thing that kind of got me that I've been thinking about a lot lately, and that's video games. Like
Sure.
I had the realization that I just don't actually give a fuck about 99.9% of new games. And there was a time when I thought I would, like a long time, right? Like a thing comes out, it looks interesting, you toss it on the wish list. And, you know, my thing is I really enjoy buying games. Playing them is something else entirely. And
Huh?
I just realized that when I was looking at stuff on GOG, I had the realization that there are so many fucking old games and games that I already own that if I'm getting a game, it might as well just be an old game that costs literally 24 cents and is like about like I spent I think it was literally 24 like 16 cents on Deadlock 2 Shrine Wars. That game fucking rips.
That game does rip.
So I could have gotten Civilization 7 and that game might rip. But also I don't know that it would actually play on anything I own. And also it has mixed reviews. And also it was like $70 and then there's going to be DLC.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can buy Deadlock 2 Shrine Wars that has the absolute peakest click sound I've ever heard in a game in my life. And then it's just good. And it's just good gameplay. Because I like had the realization like a lot of the thing is like the controls are often unintuitive going back or like the graphics are shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
I play fucking text roguelikes. I don't care about graphics. And like the controls are already dog shit. Like the best thing is that on GOG they all come with manual PDFs. Like you just look what the shit is. I literally read through the 80 pages of Deadlock 2 stuff just to like kind of know what I'm doing, and then I still fucked it up like immediately.
Hell yeah.
But so now like there's still games that I have like a wish list, but it's like a finite thing. Like I've been buying some stuff on
Sure.
GOG to just like throw at the wall cuz like it's all fucking cheap cuz it's all ancient. Even when they get new stuff in their preservation program or whatever, it's like an ancient game and it's like $5 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So that's been like kind of a big thing. And then the exception being for me fighting games. Cuz like and that's exclusively cuz I know that for like for the stuff that looks interesting enough or is like a known IP or something, like me and you can bash our heads against each other. But like
No, doing Salt the Moon, like I'm so much more invested in the idea of fighting games than fucking like any other
oh yeah,
genre. Like
because
like there are a few games that I'm like also invested in, but like it's like the final part of the Final Fantasy VII remake, and like kind of that's it for like games that I'm like desperately looking forward to.
No, there's some stuff that like I have my like the Forza Horizon 6. I might be I need to see like if they have any videos on like if they've adjusted the handling and if so how, because like that could go either way. But that's like a thing I would play with my cousin.
They have the initial D car in the trailer.
Well, yeah, they fucking have to, man. You can't do the Japan map and not have that. I actually that's the only thing I like have uploaded to their, because you can tune cars and then you can upload the tune. The only tune I've done, and it's reasonably popular, is I went and I tried my very best to make a lore accurate tune of that car in Forza Horizon 5. So like every time I log back into that game after however long, I get like several hundreds of thousands of credits because people download it and I get paid.
Hell yeah.
And it's like kind of shit, but it's lore accurate. So that was very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, like if it but you know, at this point it needs to be optimized, which it seems like it will be. The Playground Games is very Forza Horizon 5 runs fucking incredibly on Steam Deck. It's actually very funny. But other than that, like the only things on my wish list are the Avatar fighting game and the Grand Blue versus Rising DLC. Because like that's like the one game that I kind of feel like keeping up with the characters, because like it's a weapon fighter and that game is sick. But like for example, the big one for me to point out is roguelikes, lights rather.
Yeah.
You try to like, there's so many fun ones, and I not that I was like keeping up, but I was keeping my eyes open because I fucking love that genre. And at some point it's just like, are literally any of these better than Binding of Isaac? And the answer is just always fucking no. Maybe someday it won't be, but I like, nothing ever pulls me in as much. Like it just can't. If there was something, the problem is that it basically just needs to be an Isaac clone, but slightly different. And then maybe it could be like if Hades was just Isaac, but then it had that art and music and stuff, like yeah, it'd probably be in if all else being equal. But nothing else just hits. So it's like, why am I continuing to buy things, even though I might put like 50 or 100 hours in? If I could sit down and put just be content putting another 300 hours into Isaac, why am I still getting stuff? Kind of that thing. And I just, there's a lot of stuff like Clair Obscura. I kind of want to check it out a little bit, but I'm also like, there's no way in fuck I'm going to sit down and play I can't even play the RPGs I own, man. Like I haven't even started those. So that's like I wish this realization had come much, much earlier in life, but you know, better late than never, I suppose.
Yeah. My big thing I did fairly recently is I'm like obsessed. I did a dive on rail shooters.
Hell yeah.
PlayStation, because one of my favorite games is Star Fox 64.
That's a banger. For sure.
I love that game. And like discovering Sin and Punishment on N64, which is like it's more complicated in the control scheme. And it's like fucking incredible. It's like my new favorite. I think it's the best N64 game because it's like Star Fox 64, but it's better. And it's so fucking anime and wild, the story. So I'm kind of obsessed with that genre, and I like it because, you know, it's just an arcadey thing. You like do a run, but it has like you have replayability to it. There are different ways games can approach it, and some of them are good, or they can be like the most boring game in the world. So like I played a lot of them, and like one of the ones that always comes up that people talk about is Panzer Dragoon.
Sure. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I know the name. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've played those games, and those just don't hit for me. Like they're about vibes, and I don't really gel with the vibe because it doesn't have like voice acting, and the music doesn't really hit for me. But on PlayStation 1, there's a Gamera game that plays like Panzer Dragoon, but it has FMV cutscenes.
Oh baby.
incredible acting, and it has Gamera in it.
Yeah, I mean that's
And
an
that's one
easy
of my
way.
new favorite games. It's Gamera 2000 for the PlayStation.
Hell yeah, dude.
Like I did my deep dive. I just played a bunch of like I just like looked up, and it's so fun going into doing deep dives on like small genres like this.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I've done shoot 'em ups also, just like finding, because it's like the fighting game thing of like finding games I've never fucking heard of, because they don't come up when people talk about like general video game of like the best games. They only come up when you deep dive on like this genre, the sickos lists of just, and I just need to find the lists that are there are people who are interested in every game, not like what were the things people played, what was popular, because like this Gamera game did not, I don't think it came out in the US.
Yeah.
But like that Gamer game is like in fucking incredible. It's so fucking good. And it was like getting a Gamera movie I hadn't seen before. Like it was it was peak.
That's so good, dude. That's
Cuz
sick.
and like the way it plays, it's like you're a human in a ship, and Gamera is fucking flying around next to you. He's just like being your butt.
Hell
And you
yeah.
have like a Gamera attack button.
Oh, that's great.
It's so good. It was like, oh my god, it's what if Panzer Dragoon were good? Because the gimmick of Panzer Dragoon is you can tilt the camera in 4 directions to look all around you, and this game does that.
Nice.
It was so funny. I also played some other dog shit shoot 'em ups, and I played a really good one on Steam too. Was from like last year. I'm blanking on the name. I'm loading up Steam to remember the name of that fucking game. Because that's one of the best playing ones. Because there's like a specific Rogue Flight is the name of the game.
Oh, I remember you mentioning that. Yeah. I think I had looked into that at some point.
Yeah. I just because it does a thing of you have this move where you like do a 360 where like the ship spins on the horizontal plane, and like your jet trail, anything it hits gets like blowed up, and it goes into slow motion.
That's sick.
In addition to like being able to do like a barrel roll to, in this game they literally refer to it as parrying.
Nice.
When you do a barrel roll to reflect the shot.
Hell yeah.
But I love jumping into these games because they're fucking not long. They're like so like I can play like 10 games in like a sitting or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Check them out. And I always am like setting them to the easiest difficulty I can do, because these games do not fuck around, and they like you just won't finish them if they're on hard or whatever.
Yeah, that makes sense for what they are.
Yeah, I like the arcadey, like games that have that arcadey feel to them. I'm really into going through of like a genre like beat 'em ups. I've also done my exploration of just like play a bunch of beat 'em ups.
Yeah,
because they're simple, and it's just like they're old games that are just fun for me, because it's just like I'm just doing the thing immediately. I'm not like well, because there's a part of me that's like, oh these cool old RPGs. That's so much time to like play like multiple old RPGs. Are you kidding me? Like that's just, the payoff is like so much lower than like finding a genre where the games are short. I can just play a bunch of them, and they give you like immediate satisfaction, even if the depth is lower or whatever.
I've had Trails of the Sky, or right, Heroes Trails of the Sky or whatever, on my wish list for a long ass time. I've just never pulled the trigger. The other day, people were talking about that series and that game, and I took it off my wish list. This sounds like I'm just gonna be playing a thing for multiple hours before I even care. Knowing me, like, did I do that kind of with Persona 4? Yeah, that I was a different person with more time.
Yeah.
Actually, the important thing was that was on a weekend where I was house sitting for someone and I had literally nothing to do. Like, I literally just had to chill in the house and make sure like it didn't get burned down. And so I just played that game straight for like 48 hours. That's what would let me get past that. But now, imagine restarting Pyre.
It's also like yeah. If I'm playing this long RPG, I'm not. If I don't have anyone to talk to about it, what's the fucking point? Like,
yeah,
also that thing.
That
like,
too.
Like, if I were doing a podcast on a long RPG, I think then I would do it. But without that extra motivator.
You saying want to play a long RPG for the podcast?
Hell yeah, Baldur's Gate 3, let's go.
Best I can do is Baldur's Gate 1. That's not really a statement other than my nothing I own can play Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
At least not.
You could play Baldur's Gate 2 also.
That's true. I think the Steam Deck actually does Baldur's Gate 3 fairly well, and it's like I think at this point the first 2 acts, if I remember right, are like fine.
Yeah, it's Act 3 where it starts
just fucking. It's still just unable to handle anything even after some patches.
Yeah, it's a dense city. In the third act.
One of the funnier. It's not like funny, but I don't know. One of the more amusing older things I've gone back to is I was playing a lot of Trackmania 2020, and I think those campaigns are pretty good. And it's cool that it's still getting new content, and like I think that's a pretty good example of like a live service game. Ultimately, like they're still doing their content. It has a pretty good cycle. They're still able to add completely new things. And there's so many good tools in the community and all that. My problem was that I think at this point the skill floor is actually quite a bit higher. Like there's official campaign tracks and then like some of the daily and weekly cups now that like if you want to get the author medal, you actually need to know the more intricate shit. And that's like for the campaign, especially for me, that really bugs me. Because I feel like the campaign is at this point in that series history, the campaign is like the thing you just kind of fucking do, and then the game is everything else after that, where you're like doing the insane shit. So I've been going back to Nations forever, and first off, that campaign is so much. The stuff I've done, at least, is so much easier in comparison, I think. But also, if you look at the number of tracks that the community has made, even after 6 years being out, Trackmania 2020 has like, I think it's like 200,000 or 300,000 or something. Nations Forever, I always forget that there was like an absolute fever over those games. It has like 600,000 tracks. Like people just never really ever stop. So there's just so much more shit in it. It's just, I don't know. It's just nice as an older thing to have that's like basically the equivalent of the new thing.
Hell yeah.
So that's in a like. I just wish I would kind of want there to be more of those. And Parking Garage Rally Circuit like came close, but I just didn't like the physics in the end. There was times where stuff was happening and I couldn't replicate it, and that really bugged me.
Gotcha.
Also, you kept kicking my ass, and that bugged me.
Yeah, yeah. I ruined it for you. As I want.
You
See, I
didn't-
just can't help
No,
myself.
you didn't ruin it for me. The thing that ruined it for me was I would be so fucking far ahead of you. And there would be this one, I even remember it was like the second fucking track or something. It was the one where you're going, there's that little dirt side. There was the cut that you did. And I realized that it was actually better to not do that cut, I think, after the first lap. Or maybe it was after the first lap it made sense.
Because you're going so fast that if you stay on the road, you're just going faster.
Yeah, maybe it was actually the first lap because like you're building so much speed, and then you could on that second hairpin going onto the where the boulders are going by, you could get an insane amount of speed, and on that second fucking turn, I would be so far ahead of you, but then getting it to turn in the way where you built a fuckload of speed, actually like so much speed that it was hard to handle. I like could never get that consistently, and it just bugged. Like there was no feedback really telling me what I had to do, because it's not like the game wants me to do that, right? I'm just like I noticed I could do a thing, and figuring out how to do it was just like I beat my head against it, and I just couldn't replicate it consistently, and I'm like I'm out. This is really annoying. Because I'm going so fucking fast, and then like randomly it just won't work. I'm like, okay, maybe the urge will strike again to figure it out. I do appreciate that game just lets you like you just go places. How did Hank cut fucking 20 seconds off? Oh, that fucker just like actually cut through the entirety of the of the no man's land between the road. Okay, jackass. I'm out here driving
Hell yeah.
lines, and Hank's like, I'm just gonna navigate through these pedestrians.
Yeah, man. That's what you do.
It's very funny. That's like
Speedrun tactics.
yeah, no, I fucking appreciate it. If it, and it's I still think about going back. So like it lives in my head because I know I could win if I wanted. If I wanted, I just wasn't trying. Okay, me fucking ready to break my controller after Hank's ghost passes me for the 800th time in the past 6 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that was also kind of.
I do feel like yeah. There is because it's like what experience are you looking for, like difficulty wise with stuff sometimes? Because I do feel like a big thing with going through arcadey stuff is like there's an appeal to playing arcade games that are actual arcade games where you can just fucking continue forever because they just would take money for continue. So when you could just press a button,
Oh yeah,
you could just see the whole thing. When what I want to do is just see the thing. Whereas like if you play a console version or whatever that like will game over you or like make you start over or something. That shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god.
that's really annoying. Dude, going through fucking Street Fighter
Because I'm like getting my competitive fix elsewhere. I just want to like have fun. So
Yeah.
like there is
Totally.
a part of me with it when I'm playing these kind of games. I don't want them to be hard.
Yeah. No, going through on the Fighting Collection and 30th Anniversary Collection and stuff and getting to experience like Street Fighter 2 difficulty. And then you like one of the achievements is like beating Akuma or whatever. Fuck me, man. That just actually fucking nearly impossible. Like the only reason I did it, and I'm just doing it for the like I saw Akuma and that's like kind of enough for me just through normal continues to actually beat him or beat Bison or whatever. Like you're save stating as soon as you land a hit, you're save stating that shit. Like that's actually how I did it. And that's like what people read because like it's just so fucking difficult. Because it's supposed to be. And like it was very fun. Like the whole experience of going through it, like it's one of those things where like you're just so fucking mad at how bad and dumb and stupid it is in the moment. And then like it's like, yeah, that was fun. That was nice. I'm not doing it again for a while.
And it's because
but-
like these are games that are meant to like play over and over again
Oh yeah.
to like get better at them. That like that's the arc. But I'm here for tourism. Like
Hell yeah, dude.
I'm not here to fucking master this thing. I just want to see what it is.
Yeah. It is very
Make some
funny.
memories,
It is
then get out.
see like for fighting games, I think I don't have the urge to like go I mean I learned Street Fighter 6 or whatever, and I do kind of have the urge to go deep again and like try to get really good.
Uh-huh.
It's really hard to realize that just because of how much time it is, and the fact that there's not like actually a fucking, unless you set a goal for yourself that's specific, something like if there's a certain person in the community you want to beat, or like in my case, like I want to be able to step to you at least, like
Uh-huh.
it never fucking ends. Ever. Ever. Until you win Evo. And I'm not winning Evo, Hank. I don't think. I'm pretty sure that's not on the table.
Uh-huh.
And so like for me, I get like that's the stuff that I get out in like Trackmania or whatever. Like even though it might get
Mm-hmm.
taken away from me, I can sit and grind out a world record, and it like one of them took actually like I think the first time like I got it and it took me like 6 hours, and then someone beat me and it took like another 8 hours to actually get that back. But like
Mm-hmm.
that's enough. I did that, and I'm like, if it gets taken down, like what the fuck ever. I'm gonna, that's fine. But like I had the world record for like a year or something. That just doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
That never happens in fighting games. Just immediately a bigger fish all the
Mm-hmm.
time. So it does.
Yeah, yeah.
It's hard to get that urge out even when it's there, because like you're just never gonna stop if you
Yeah.
actually go for it. And I see people get miserable over it too. Like people get fucking, they want to do it and they try to do it. And it's like, it's just a way to have a bad time if you're not really locked
They
in for what it
just
involves.
it's people realizing they're not Goku. You know, happens to everyone.
Well, it's people
That's not
realizing,
Goku.
it's people not understanding that Goku also sometimes has to get the absolute shit fucking beat out of him before he manages the win in the end. And they haven't taken
Yeah.
enough beatings
Goku
yet.
only has a 65% win rate.
Yeah.
Goku.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Well, yeah, but
I need to
this is
fucking
part
play
of
that.
why like the I have I'm so addicted to I'm so into Gladiator because we have like a there's like a system where like you get points for playing in events that end in seasons where there's a top 16,
Mm-hmm.
and then and there's and then there's a year end, which the the year end for last year still hasn't happened for scheduling things because we're trying to like make sure everyone can make it. But
Yeah.
that shit's fucking incredible. Of like that carrot on a stick that's like manageable in that way, where like you can qualify by like fucking doing really good or just by doing okay and showing up a bunch. You know, that's so I love it,
Well,
and that's like the
yeah, man.
that kind of progression in a competitive thing I think is fucking perfect, and it's the thing that like the Pro Magic Tour has like struggled with having eras where it was good and then eras where it was bad for the community or whatever.
Yeah.
Not that I ever have bought into it, but like this was the level for me that I liked. And so finding that and being in it, it's been addictive, and so I've been like chasing it elsewhere. Um because like if this went away, I would be fucking crushed. Like if
Look,
like the small community was like just small, and then because we were like some days events don't fire because we don't have enough people or whatever,
yeah.
and that shit so like make sure I'm not like completely beholden on that this one thing. I'm trying to diversify that a bit, so I've been getting into Canadian Highlander
Uh, you
and
can
having fun
also
there too.
you can also feel free to do up Trackmania Nations forever and just hit me with tracks that you're on. I'll just keep beating your ass. I'll give you a carrot to chase forever.
That's true. I should get back into Trackmania.
Actually, that would be a good. if we did that, that is a very good like asynchronous thing to do, right? Like if you just check the track and like, fuck, Hank is over me again, because like I don't need you around to be able to do that. That's actually, I mean, that was also nice about Parking Garage Rally Circuit until I logged in the one day and it was a straight fucking shot of you taking down every single one of my times. Just this fucking sweep. Go to bed for a night, you wake up and your whole world is gone. Fucking time zones. Oh, couldn't even save one. I mean, I think I did. I took the back. Like we went back and forth for a minute there, but no, there's. I mean,
all I remember is you taking back one and then me immediately taking
instantly,
it back
instantly. Well, there's also like the thing of, especially in that game, especially like you're like okay, and you turn on their ghost, and then like someone takes a fucking 90-degree turn where there's no turn, and you're like, and then it's easy to fucking opt because like probably they didn't drive optimally. They just did a shortcut.
Yeah. You find the shortcut and then you optimize.
Yeah.
That's speedrunning, baby.
Hell yeah. No, that sort of thing I think would be fun. I mean, I still do. I mean, it actually does kind of kill me that I'm far away from everybody pretty much in the fighting game server. Like even the Europeans I got bad connections to, honestly. And there's stuff that's like top. Like would you say when me and you have played Street Fighter 5 or like Soul Calibur 6, connection issues aside, I think it feels fine. Like I do not mind at all. The problem with people who are really into fighting games is that anything remotely suboptimal is like it's intolerable.
Yeah.
Like there are people who graciously, I would be like, who wants to fight my Armenian Steam Deck Wi-Fi Marisa, and like some people take me up on it, and that's very kind of them because I know they still kind of don't want to, but like there's so many people who I just like they don't play. There's been people where I'm like sets anybody and they forget where I am and they're like, yo, we can do it, and they're like, hold the fuck up, Armenia, no. Like even when I was wired on Street Fighter 6 or whatever, like just the distance is enough where they don't want to have any of their moves potentially come out a fraction of a second late in a friendly match. And I'm like, I fucking get it, I guess, but like I know that I can't be competitive in that way because I'm not going to have optimal connection. So I'm fine just kind of like hanging out. But other people aren't really about that, as it turns out. So I still do have goals of like, I want to beat this person's ass, but like it's just not going to manifest for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I have limits on what, like Marvel vs. Capcom 3. That online feels like ass.
I believe it was, didn't SNK Super Heroines or whatever, that also felt really shitty, didn't it?
Yes.
I remember that one being like basic, like even for us, it was like, this would be really fun, except it's brutal.
Yeah, I find that game charming, but it's like unplayable garbage.
Yeah.
But I like the game enough to push through for a session. Even though it's like the controls are fucking stupid. The way they built that thing. I don't know why they didn't make it like a normal game.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually the fucking craziest thing. Like, I guess any game that's on it as well, but like the fact that fighting games probably have the best old game support of like any fucking genre just by virtue of Fightcade existing and now Arc. That's like, it's actually insane.
Because the fighting game community is like one of the most insane about needing it to be online to be good, right?
Oh yeah. Oh, easily. Not even fucking close.
So it's like it's the best because they're fucking assholes about it. Like
yeah, dude. And like in that case, it works. Fucking it's good. I mean, there was a
Mm-hmm.
reason for a while there, and I would maybe still do this again someday. But obviously, when the kid came along, I reeled back a lot of stuff. But like, I was subscribing to the Fightcade like Patreon just because, even though I kind of wish someone else would pick up the fucking torch and actually do some development, its existence is really
Yeah.
good, and I do think I don't regret the money spent on it because like it's insane, and we
Mm-hmm.
use it a lot. But I
You need someone who will actually care about Nintendo games because the guy who makes Ark is like, I'm never working on. He's like, I'm never working on Nintendo system.
he was it him or was it someone? Someone was doing something because they were using Gwed as their base. They were looking at rollback for I think BizHawk. Because like that's the problem is the
I
emulator
have no
like
idea.
fucking stuck with the worst emulator of all time.
Mm-hmm.
God. No, any like I've talked about this in the Fightcade server now and again with people about even because like even the mods there like the way that you get tournament organizer roles for any of those Fightcade games is you have to ask the admins who are just the devs, and they don't even fucking say a word confirming whether or not you get it. It's just like you ping them and then eventually someday magically you get it without a word spoken, maybe. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like they're not active in the Discord. They never I don't think I've ever seen one of them say anything. They make announcements like once every 2 years or whatever the hell for shit that still hasn't happened. Like there is
Uh,
actually fucking zero. They are just making money at this point, and it's like you do have a product
yeah.
that is good and worth it, but like holy fuck, you really just are at this point like you packed it up and put it in maintenance mode, and now you're just reeling in cash, and it's kind of annoying.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they don't even fucking talk in the server is really it'd be kind of different if they were like part of the community and they just felt that it was good enough and they were for some reason stubborn about that, but they're not even here.
Yeah.
Here's a sneak peek at what's coming soon. November 10th, 2022 was the most recent announcement. And
Yeah. It's
I
just
don't
like,
know if that actually came into being or not cuz that's the fast forward and replay takeover. So
yeah, I have no
that's
idea.
a thing. Oh, they did have a couple of patch. They had some patch stuff from 2024. So they got that going. But it's just
Incredible.
insane. And meanwhile, that entire time, like Arc has been completely built from the ground up.
Yep. That guy's been determined.
Well,
All anybody uses that thing for is to play Tekken 3. Really?
that's not even fucking
Realistically.
surprising to me at all, dude. Yeah. No, I've said
Like
before the
I'm worried if I'm glad he's like motivated to do shit because it is like a thing of like doing all this work, but really people are just gonna play. It's all people like say they're excited about it, but realistically, the thing that's just gonna happen is people play Tekken 3.
it's definitely a case where he could have just done he could have done given Tekken 3 the Slippy treatment and
Yeah.
it would have been just as popular. Every time
Mm-hmm.
we play it's like we played there's like a few, I mean it's probably bigger now cuz we were in pretty early and there was like us playing everything under the fucking sun and then like 3 lobbies for Tekken 3 at all times. I don't think I ever
Mm-hmm.
saw anybody playing anything else honestly.
Nope. Nope. Um. Yeah. But I so appreciate doing the work in a way that supports other games rather
Oh
than
my
the
god.
like I kind of hate the Slippy devs for just making it for Melee and not supporting all of GameCube.
No, it's really fucking
like
annoying.
I get it, but that's what you care about, but also like come on, dude.
Yeah. The fact that there hasn't even been like anything for other GameCube games so long after the fact is also really annoying. I get doing that as your initial thing, but the fact that that's
Mm-hmm.
like it, like man, eh. Also, the fact it still bugs me. I understand that there's like one type of people playing Slippy pretty much, but I understand that'd be really difficult. But the fact that you can't do items is really annoying. Like sometimes I want to play just Smash. I don't want to play Slippy. You know?
Yeah. Nope, but that's not the client for it, unfortunately.
No, not at all. It also really
I hear the online for Smash is better on Switch 2 than it was on Switch 1, but I
that's
haven't
good.
done it.
That's kind of nice. I wish the online for Soul Calibur 2, like if the online for Soul Calibur 2 was super fucking good, I don't know, man. I it would have been a little tricky, but it's not good. So,
No, I haven't looked into it at all, other than playing the game
yeah.
single player.
I watched some people play it. It was rough.
Gotcha.
And for a game that's like very snappy, like I don't know. Eesh.
I guess you're just not a true Soul Calibur 2 head.
You shut your fucking mouth. I will fucking beat you. I will I will fucking kneecap you. I'm the biggest Soul Calibur fan of all the games. Even the ones I haven't played.
Soul Calibur 2 HD on the 360.
I missed that one by a very short the time between me realizing that it existed and the Xbox store closing was like insanely short. Should I have acted immediately? Yeah, apparently, and now I do. But I missed that one,
Yeah.
and it stings if I'm being honest. That one hurts a lot because you can still play it.
You can finally play Heihachi versus Spawn in that game.
Yeah, man.
It is Heihachi and Spawn. That's
I
so
believe.
powerful. But no Link.
Well, yeah, no, of course. I really want like there was been because it's what Soul Calibur 3 was on PlayStation Plus and then Soul Calibur 2 was on Switch Online. Like I really want it to be that they're putting out feelers to do a collection. That's the sort of new shit I'd buy. Like any of the collection stuff. I'm like that's the new shit I'm looking forward to is just old games put in a good package.
Yeah. No, Bandai Namco is out here putting out their fighting games with no online. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you need us to do rollback? What if we put this out with no online?
Ugh.
I bought Tekken 3.
It's
but
still
I
really
wasn't fucking happy about it.
it's still really disappointing how Tekken 8's online is. Just because I have no idea what the fuck is going on under the hood, because me and you were having like perfect matches and then it would just randomly disconnect. It wasn't even laggy.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was
the
like if
issues we had.
it was like if the connection got a little bit like wonky, it just immediately tapped out. It didn't try to fucking do rollback frames or anything. Just like I'm done.
Yeah.
Because that's another one. I feel like in line with that, I would like to put time into it a little bit, like even just single player stuff and like fucking around. Because like I like a game with character customization. Also, that's just huge. I like making fits, man. And then beating people with those fits is just the icing on top. I want to make giant black square and then go online.
Yeah. Yeah, I've never really found the idea of playing Tekken against randos. Mostly those games are not, particularly modern Tekken stuff with those combo strings that are so long. That's like not the vibe for me.
Oh yeah. No, I honestly I wouldn't be going online. I just want to like play it more, just fuck around.
I love that story mode. It's really good.
Story mode pretty solid. I do think the little like pseudo arcade thing is kind of funny too. Like it's cute. I had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And the character story stuff is very fun. Some of those were
Yeah.
fucking great. Some of them needed to
Has
be
your
just like a little
shoes.
bit more gay, if I'm being honest.
Sure. Sure. Always. In all things.
I mean, it was it Azucena and was it Lily? Because Azucena does coffee and Lily does tea or whatever, and they were gonna like combine their shit and like sell stuff or something and do whatever. And I'm like, I'm getting a vibe here, and I know that you're not gonna like capitalize on it. That's annoying. That is one of the
You gotta be satisfied with vibes.
that is one of the rougher things with a lot of older games, especially if you get into like the like farm sim genre, anything that involves dating, and then it's like you get before a certain year, and it's just like, oh, we can't date. We're the same gender, silly. I'm like, and that just makes it better. Come on.
You gotta look for fan hacks.
Yeah.
Fix it.
Yep.
Bug. Same-sex romance not available. Fixed.
The one I'm thinking of in my head is Rune Factory, because I really wanted to do a Rune, like the thing I got Rune Factory. I misunderstood, and Rune Factory 3 does not have, you can't have same sex dating or relationships at all. And I think 4 you can. I think 4 was the first one where they allowed it. I don't know. I mean, I don't mind, like, it's whatever. On one hand, kind of. If the rest of the game is fine, but like for those in particular, it's like for example in like Persona or something, it's like whatever. But in a farm sim, I don't know, man. I just need it to be gay.
Fair.
Something about planting crops and raising cows.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I haven't played one of those games in a long time.
Yeah, it's another, like, I kind of kept my eye on it for a while because I really like Stardew Valley, but I was like, I feel like there's something. I feel like there's room here for there to be something that, not even that's necessarily better than that, but that just connects with me more. I've kind of stopped looking. Cause, I mean, it's one of those things I'll check back on in like 10 years or something and see what came out. Because the problem is they also
No,
all.
Stardew Valley still seems like it's the one. Like it just doesn't seem like anybody's
I think
gonna
there's
do better than that.
there's been a few that people mention, but it's like you're really just picking like what thing you want to lean into more. Because I've seen a couple where it's like, oh, this game does the crop and farm stuff better, but the fighting and the relationships and friendships are much worse. Or this one has like the really good NPC dialogue and writing, but it's really dog shit on all other fronts or whatever. Like you're really just picking and choosing. And I think Stardew Valley
I guess
is still
really-
the most even.
Yeah. I guess really my favorite, the game I think about the most, like that's like farming, like that I played, was when I did Dragon Quest Builders 2.
Hell yeah, and made poop swords.
You make poop sword. And you have like your slave army or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Teach people about farming because they don't know what farming is or whatever.
Yeah. That was one I kind of wanted to get into, and I never pulled the trigger because it was just I think maybe that's another one that was like I was kind of looking at stuff and then my computer died. And I'm just like, nah, guess I never happening.
Mm-hmm.
And probably
I think
a part
I
of
think I
it
played it
is
on Switch.
yeah, yeah. Well,
Um,
on Switch it's expensive is the problem.
sure. It was a game like I was just like cackling the whole time I played it, but I didn't honestly play that much. Like I didn't. There was a lot more game that I'd ever got
Well,
into,
see, that was the
and it's
thing.
weird because I had such a good time with like what I did, but then the idea of like doing more just never
Well,
appealed.
and see, part of
Going
it, like
deeper.
I wanted to do more, but then like you kind of got out of it, and it was like one of those things. I'm like, if I'm not gonna be yapping about it or like doing it, like playing back and forth or something, like,
Well, if you had gotten into it, I would have gotten back into it. Like
sure.
that's easy.
That did
Easy.
that did lead me.
I had no one to yap about it with, right?
That's,
That's why I stopped.
yeah, yeah. But then you stopped, so nobody else got into it. The cycle.
Uh huh. Yep.
That did indirectly. That was like one of the catalysts for me getting into Cyrillum, which is very funny. Because I think I started looking into that, and I wanted to know if it was like a Minecraft game where it's like literally you can just go forever, or if it's a thing where there's like more of a goal, and that was just like the gameplay is kind of like Minecraft or farming or that sort of thing. And that got me looking into other stuff, and I was like, I'm kind of in the mood for a game where I can just like keep. I wanted level up and get like, what if Binding of Isaac was like more of a RPG type thing, and at what you were getting upgrades at a slower rate? But like, what if you could just keep going? What if you just got more powerful items? What if Borderlands just never end? What if number always went higher? And one of the things I found was like, how the fuck is it pronounced? Dissigia? Disgaea? Dissigia? Is that the one?
Skya,
Disgaea, okay.
I think.
I just couldn't remember where the S lands in the thing. Anyway,
Or to see you? Now you
yeah, but you know what I'm talking about. And that was one that
Disgaea.
this
Yeah.
guy, okay. That's one that came up a lot in terms of like, oh, you can just keep going and like the number just goes higher and higher and da da da. And I did try it a little bit. I think I did whatever one, and then I ended up doing a return or something. Or maybe I just looked at gameplay, but I'm like, nah, this doesn't look like a thing I'd actually play. And then I like found a random one-off mention like way fucking down in a Reddit thread where someone mentioned Cyrillum, and they're like, "Oh, this is the game," and then you just fucking like it literally never stops, or at least it does. It stops so far at a point that like you are not going to reach it. I'm like sick. I tried it out and I had a good time, and now I just keep going.
That sounds like the opposite of what I want.
I don't always want it, but sometimes it does have a very nice like mindless turn on TV grind to it that is very non-committal. Cuz the whole game is like
Yeah.
you put all of the game is mostly just building an engine, right? You're assembling your
Uh
deck equivalent. And then the actual gameplay is just walking around and like getting resources, and the fights are just hold a button and then you auto win because you put all the time into making a crazy team, which is like not always in the mood, but
yeah.
sometimes you just want to fucking watch your work decimate things while you watch Pokemon or whatever, or watch Dragon Ball.
Yeah. I'm playing too much Magic the Gathering for me to like that be the thing I want. Right?
Oh yeah, and that's also I mean, like I said in whatever other episode, it kind of has been scratching the EDH itch of like, or the deck building itch of sitting and staring at 1,700 different things and thinking about how to put them together.
Yeah.
So like, there's that onboarding like learning curve, which doing that at the same time as Magic, like, my brain power can go to one or the other, but not both.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. It's just weird to me. Like my chill out and like grind game, I so often want that to be like I need that to be like have some element of multiplayer to it for whatever reason for me to not even that I want to like necessarily engage with people, but I just get more out of it if there's like an element that connects it to other people.
Yeah.
Like the most tenuous is like Pokemon, with the idea that like I could do a Pokemon battle against someone else. Will I? No, but I
Yeah, no,
could.
just having it be there. I get it, man.
Yeah. I am looking forward to that fucking
Pokemon Minecraft?
challenges. No, the Pokemon thing they're making that's just the battle
Oh, I didn't see that.
system. Like they're making like their official Smogon or whatever.
Finally, huh?
Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's finally happening. It's going to be on phones too.
Ooh, okay. That could be the thing that gets me interested because, like, I kind of like that idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was always kind of weird. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, a lot's going to depend on like how
Well, yeah, because
fun it is to, how accessible it is to get your team together to do it, right?
yeah, for sure.
Because
I
like in the regular Pokemon, it's a fucking nightmare to actually get your competitive team.
Yeah, it's really weird the things that they're like the level of assembly required. Because like for me, Smogon, I like that it exists. Obviously, I think that's another cool thing, right? That people who like battling, like you just fucking do it, and that's great. It's fucking
Yeah.
incredible. For me, I do kind of like the effort involved of like getting the right Pokemon, getting the team. It's enjoyable. For example, like I think breeding for like egg moves and personality, I find that kind of enjoyable. Getting the EVs and IVs is a goddamn nightmare, and I feel like I get mad enough about it that I'm like, I feel like they just shouldn't exist. This adds nothing for me. And my opinion is the one that matters, so they should follow that. But like,
You just need to get your set of Ditto with perfect IVs.
that's what I fucking did. I wasn't even battling, man. I just like I got in my head for a little while about like the fact that there was an optimal way to do it. And that's how I wanted to do it. But yeah, there was like that brief moment where I did like the friend or like the pal park thing or whatever. And I had all my Dittos with like the IVs and I had them all nicknamed with the stats and shit. And then I had like the 4-in-1 to increase the odds of shiny. It was a whole fucking thing. I didn't battle. I didn't do fuck all. I think I got like through one team and then that died out for me because few things can hold my attention that long.
Yeah, I think it's hard to like be that into both the like doing the stupid grind, but then also shifting into like doing competitive stuff with a built team.
Yeah.
Like I just think they're like different games, and like to have yourself aligned to like go from one to the other, it just seems rare.
Do you know what the dumbest part of my mindset is?
What?
I was like, this is insane. Like the amount of work that you have to do because you have to get the perfect IVs, and then you need to make sure you're battling the right stuff to get the EVs, and it's this whole fucking slog of getting the Pokemon set up, and then they introduce the things where you can adjust the IVs and the EVs. You don't need to do all. It's much easier, right? In the mainline games.
Yeah.
And I looked at that and I said, well, that's fucking stupid. Now there's no work.
There is work. Actually, you actually they only give you so many of those items that make it easy.
No, I know.
They get kind of
but I'm
hard
like,
to obtain.
just the weird fucking like. My first thought was like, well, that's fucking dumb. Now there's no point. But I think really it's just that it didn't feel like a suitable replacement. So I'm like, this is still just an amount of work that I feel is like kind of silly. So why bother? Like either make it just let me do the thing or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
At the very least, honestly, you know what the thing might have been that would have made it a little more feasible for me is if you didn't actually have to hatch the egg. If you did all the breeding stuff, but then like you would get the egg and then you would know if it was good or bad. And if it was bad, you could like turn it into an omelet or something.
No, you send them out into Wonder Trade. You go into Wonder Trade mode.
That's
And then
what
you
I
get a bunch of hacked Pokemon
I sent
that
out
have
a
like websites for their names.
I sent out a shitload of Pokemon on Wonder Trade after I've fucked up and sent Pokemon to Gen 7, the Sun. Because I didn't know that you couldn't. I didn't know that despite home or whatever it was being a central thing, once it goes to Gen 7, you can't bring it back. So I transferred like an insane amount of Pokemon there just to get Pokedex completion. Then I wanted to bring some back and I couldn't. And I'm like, oh, well, I guess I'm done. Just fucking sent everything.
Yeah, Pokemon. It doesn't do going backwards. You can always go forward, but you can't go back.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm old, so actually you can go back if it's Gen 1 and 2. How about them apples?
Gen 1 and 2 is a separate ecosystem that doesn't connect to anything.
Oh, no, I know.
Except
I know, but that's how they got me.
you get 3DS, Gen 1.
Well, yeah,
that can go forward.
Yeah, no, it connects. No, until no, I was gonna say Gen 3 is locked, but no, it's not. That's not locked. It was Gen 1 and 2 that were locked in.
Yeah, because the Pokemon just work differently. The stats were just different.
Yeah. I was. Yeah.
And now Gen 3's coming to. They're putting it on Switch as a thing you buy
for $20 each, and by the separate language. That's
File 6, baby.
That's insane to me.
I know the fact that you look at the story is like there are 6 versions because if you want it in Spanish, it's a separate purchase. It's like, how is that not a setting in the game? What the fuck? That's fucked up.
If it were, I don't even know. Like the secondary market and like some video, like I don't even know how I feel about video game pricing anymore. It's mostly just vibes. But for me, if you said $20 and you get both versions and all the languages, now I'm like, that seems acceptable, and that seems to me acceptable. $20 for one language. I wouldn't even care about the one language thing, except now I didn't know that was a thing that would be separated, and it just seems ridiculous. I don't need more than one language. It's just like the concept.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where like I'm probably gonna buy it and play it a bit, but I feel weird about it because I also will play a ROM hack of like Fire Red that's just like has quality of life things like showing you EVs and IVs or whatever that I would just like have a better time with.
Well,
and like cheat, you can like just get in rare candies so you don't have to grind.
I saw a very funny thing that
level caps.
I hadn't really considered before, and that was someone saying that all of the people who are only used to Pokemon from like the last 10 years or whatever are gonna roll in and be like, well, someone even said they're on like there's a specific Fire Red Leaf Green subreddit, and they're like, we get a lot of posts that are like, why is the screen glitching every time I take, like every 2 steps I take? Like, well, that's poison. That's how it works. Or like the experience share doesn't work the same. There's like, I mean, people mentioned
Fire Red and Leaf Green are kind of grindy games.
People mentioned this is one that always I know that I'm in the, for lack of a better word, I'm in the wrong. But people mentioned like the physical special split, and I understand that's a thing that people noticed and cared about, but also I think there's a level of casual player that will not notice or care about that specifically.
Sure.
And I only say that because I'm
funny?
the casual player who didn't notice or care. And I'm just extrapolating that there's 8 billion people on the planet, so I'm probably not alone.
No, you're alone.
That would be wild. That would be an insane thing to be alone on. But like that'd be kind of cool too.
Because it's just, but it's more like understanding why some Pokemon are fucking terrible. Like the special physical split really what it did is it like much more flattened out Pokemon and made every Pokemon kind of viable in a way that they just aren't in Gen 3. Like some Pokemon are just fucking dog shit because their stats do not align with their type.
See, I never really. I think maybe
Like Shadow Ball fucking sucks on Gengar. Because Gengar cares about special, and Shadow Ball is a physical move because Shadow's physical type.
I think I just didn't. Maybe the way I played, I just never ran into that.
Well, I mean, the games are fucking easy, so it kind of doesn't matter.
Well, that's the thing, right? I'm like,
except for the fact that, like, as long as your level's high enough.
Well, that's what
like,
I'm saying. As someone
if you
who
catch a new Pokemon and it's like level 10,
as someone
that's
who
no good.
as someone who like just grinded out levels and was content doing so, like, yeah, just
Yeah.
I will win by just being bigger or whatever. But that's when I see that as a thing that like people are gonna say, oh, people who only know modern Pokemon are like gonna like struggle with. I'm like, who's people here? Because I feel like the people who care about that, like they're gonna know. I feel like if that's a thing you're going to notice and care about, you're not going to be unaware of its existence, right? To me, anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. There's a lot of different people who play games, so I'm sure there's someone out there. Also, just completely.
I mean, it's more weird to me because, like, if you care about Kanto, you can just play Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and those games are just fun.
Mm-hmm.
So it's weird to me that they picked these to put on, but like on the other hand, like Gen 1's the most fucking popular. Like people are gonna fucking buy this, so I also get it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I wish they would have done like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, I guess. But that's mostly because they already have or had, I guess. I suppose that was 3DS, not Switch. But like they did Gen 1 and Gen 2, right?
Remakes.
So like not remakes, but like the virtual console stuff.
No, they only did Gen 1 and Gen 2, I think, on 3DS.
Yeah, but I'm saying we still never got fucking. Yeah. I've been waiting like 20 years to play fucking Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald in some other official capacity. They just have not done it ever. Like they also didn't do the other ones for the longest time, but like I just like those. That like was my wheelhouse for graphics. I think Gen 4 and 5 had better sprite work objectively, but like I don't know. Hoenn just looks a certain way, man. Maybe it's all the trumpets and water just hit for me.
I mean, that's why there are a million fucking good ROM hacks.
Oh yeah,
use those graphics and implement like modern Pokemon fucking quality of life and stat moves or whatever, and Pokemon.
I mean, there's also some of the stuff that
Community has done a lot of good stuff with those.
I have thought of checking out because there's like an Emerald, there's like a roguelike thing that someone made. And like
Pokemon Rogue.
Yeah, I've been thinking about maybe checking it out, but then there's just so many other things to do and play. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool.
No, I love that there's a fucking community for that. Because that's super, super nice.
Yeah. But like I have a Ambernick FPGA handheld device that has Pokemon Lazy Green on it, which is a quality of life ROM hack.
Hell yeah.
That I was like doing a Nuzlocke on, and I'm like, that was like a whole better experience, and I didn't even finish that.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know. And yet I still think I'm probably just gonna buy it. So I don't know.
That's just Pokemon shit, man. Look, Sometimes it doesn't make sense. Sometimes you got to do the thing. That's me. I needed to I should have stopped myself a long time ago because I just like Pokemon was so clearly not for me. But I'm just it's fucking Pokemon. Maybe this one will be better. It's Pokemon. Like they gotta hit eventually.
Yeah, I've liked the Legends games. Those have been fun.
I think if I would have put more, if I would have ended up with more time in Legends Arceus or Arceus or however it's fucking pronounced, I think that one would have ended up hitting. Yeah.
And I really liked Let's Go Pikachu when I played that. I had a fucking great time. Even though I do wish that game had that game doesn't have the abilities for Pokemon.
Yeah.
Like it's much closer to base Gen 1
Yeah.
because your Pokemon are just stat blocks.
Do you mean the way
You get to fly around when you have a Pokemon that can fly, you can like literally fly around. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's really good.
Or you can ride Snorlax and you just hug his belly and go very slowly.
So fucking good. Inspired. No, I wish they would fucking take those kind of concepts and like elaborate on them more. I don't know. There's so much space for stuff in Pokemon. I mean, also I just
also
want
that game has a system where like you can feed. It has like a candy system where you can just make any Pokemon completely overpowered. Like it actually is more unlocked than a normal Pokemon game. You can just like make like a Rattata just like actually super powerful.
Yeah.
Which is just fun.
No, I guess just remember the thing I'm actually
which is why I like that they're doing a big thing. I like that they're doing the like dedicated competitive Pokemon game is because I do think that system's fucking sick and they've put a lot of work into it. Like way more than what the Pokemon games are fucking needs. But I like them saying this is this, and now the single player games can be something different for like whatever they need.
Yeah,
they've been doing a bit with the Legends games. Like I like splitting those off because they serve different functions.
Mm-hmm. I really just also want another mystery dungeon. I want a good mystery dungeon, man. Not that the last one.
Exist. There are none.
Not that the last one wasn't good. I think the last one was fine. Yeah.
They put one of them on the Virtual Console.
I think it was like the first generation of them or whatever. I think. I mean, the big one, the juicy one is Pokemon Explorers of the Sky. That's like the fucking one. Which, I don't know, maybe someday. I think the one for Switch that exists is Super Mystery. I think it's Super Mystery Dungeon is that one. That one was good. I had a good time. It was a cute game. I did fucking.
I don't know, every time I've tried to play one of those games, I found it incredibly boring.
I like fucking not hard locked myself, but I wanted to do like the cool I'm a grass team thing, and then I went into the lava level, and I never got out. Like I actually got to it. It's like a story point thing, so you actually can't like go back to the town and like rearrange your team. So I'm just like fucking. I got to enough of a point where I'm just fucked. I'd have to do like an SOS thing or something. But I don't have a Switch anymore, so that team is just stuck there forever. As you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of good shit. A lot of good old shit. And new shit.
The only good games are dead games.
That's true. I was just telling someone about like, or someone was talking about like, they think the state of fighting games is a little bit rough because like it's really just Street Fighter 6 like for modern fighting games like that Street Fighter 6 is like just so stupidly far ahead and like everything else is kind of floundering or arriving dead. And this was in the wake of a 2XKO like going on fucking like maintenance mode or not quite that, but whatever. And I was like, counterpoint, if you're just looking to like play with friends, it's fucking amazing right now. It's so good.
Yeah.
Feasting. And everyone else is like, well, online and da 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 and all this other shit. Like, for some reason, this was controversial. I'm like, I said if you are just looking to play with friends, I didn't insinuate that you fuckers have to do it. Like, I'm having a great time.
Yeah.
Eating so good right now. You mean even just like that's like the thing, right? Like when I moved and we were just like playing fucking Street Fighter 6 even when I started and like that connection is just so stupidly good. And it's like that's fucking insane. But even stuff like Street Fighter 5, everybody fucking dogs on, or Soul Calibur 6, like that's also perfect. Like if you put yourself in the mindset of like what did we have before this? This is it's phenomenal. It's so good.
Yep. Also, the old fighting games go on incredible sales because fucking no one's playing them online, so they're kind of not worth that much.
Yeah,
But
it's great.
you can play with a friend. It's fucking sick.
I was joking. I'm like, I'm fucking waiting for like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 and like Grand Blue to fucking die. I can't wait for that because I'm gonna pick up all that shit for $5.
Yeah.
Like I think Soul Calibur 6 Deluxe Edition was like, and then like all the DLC and shit, it was literally like $6 total. Like Street Fighter 5 was like $4. Like it's it's fantastic. My only beef with 5 is that it didn't.
If what you want to do is do the strive and play against randos on like a ladder.
Oh yeah,
you are looking at playing Street Fighter 6. Like that is the game.
Yeah, you're suffering, and that's unfortunate. I'm not, but I wasn't disagreeing with that. I was just like offering the alternative take.
Yeah.
Which was then kind of treated like I was presenting it as the main take. I'm like, I understand this isn't how people in a fucking fighting game, a server dedicated to improving at fighting games. I realize I'm in the minority here.
Yeah.
There's a couple others. There's one other dude who will just like fire up anything and just play. Because he just likes playing with people. I'm like, thank you. There's one other.
Yeah.
They just need to realize on a tournament, like they companies and whatever need to realize that at a tournament level though, they just really need Third Strike to always be there. You just don't get Evo moments from other games. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think it's coincidence that both of them are from Third Strike.
Yeah. I feel like maybe we should end this podcast and talk about the fighting game thing.
Go into fighting games? That makes sense.
Yeah. Because I have thoughts, but I'm kind of holding back at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I can go in on this.
Yeah, hell yeah. Let's do it.
Salt Circle Podcast. Bluesky.social. Anchor.fm/saltcircle. YouTube.com/@saltcircle. Podcast feeds. Salt Circle Podcast. saltcirclepodcast@gmail.com. I'm on Blue Sky at comicpanels.bsky.social, and I'm on YouTube at I'm3Domer.
I'm on YouTube at Drathius. And maybe there'll even be some like fighting game uploads or something. We should do a Salt one. Anyway.
Peace.